Are you looking for an internet talk radio station for your podcast? Look no further. At the helm of Passionate World Talk Radio are two women that want to provide a spot for you and your podcast to be heard. There are many other places for your podcast, but PWTR has the audience. You will not be disappointed. Our station has been on the internet for the past 16 years. Call us for more information. 484-364-1032 or text Jeannie White, station manager at THECONNECTSHOW@gmail.com for podcast show details. Welcome to Passionate World Talk Radio. Educate, enlighten, entertain.
Hello, everybody. This is Betsy Worthel, your host of Chatting with Betsy on Passionate World Talk Radio Network, where our mantra is to educate, enlighten, and entertain. The views of the guests may not represent those of the host of the station. Folks, you're going to want to listen to this podcast. This is a new year. This is a great time for me to introduce my guest who has been on before. You want to be prosperous this year? Well, my guest wrote a book called Prosperity Meditations. Susan Shumsky, she's a doctor of divinity. She dedicates her life to helping people take command of their lives in highly effective, powerful, positive ways. She is an award-winning, best-selling author of more than 20 books, including Instant Healing, The Big Book of Chakras, and Chakra Healing, and Third Eye Meditations. A pioneer in the human potential field, she has taught meditation, prayer, affirmation, and intuition. Folks, I interviewed Susan Shumsky back in April of last year on her book, The Maharishi and Me. So I want to welcome Susan Shumsky back to Chatting with Betsy.
Well, I'm
welcome,
excited
Susan.
to be here with you today, Betsy.
Thank you. Wow, prosperity meditations. Don't we? We do all need that. I got
Absolutely,
this book. Like,
right?
yes, I said, I'm excited. I better start reading this book. I need some prosperity. I have to ask you, Susan, I ask everybody, what made you write about prosperity meditations?
You know, most of the books that I've written are because my publisher gave me a topic and asked me to write a book. This was one of those.
It's pretty funny.
They said, they said, would you write this book, Prosperity Meditations? I said, okay.
That's funny.
But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did do it because I learned a lot, and also I really think it came out fantastic. I think it's a fantastic book. It really changes people's attitudes about money, and that's what we need. You need to change your attitude about money if you want to welcome it into your life. The trouble is that a lot of people hate money. They push it away. They don't welcome it.
Yes, and I have heard that. And I also want to add, not only does the cover of the book say Prosperity Meditations, it also says everyday practices to create an abundant life. And I love the cover because to me it looks like, the gold with the, I call it the sparks, but you know what I'm talking about, the lines, reminds me of like the sun and life and energy. That's what I get from the cover.
Exactly. That's good. That's good. I think it's a lovely cover. Yeah.
Yes, it is. And I have heard, Susan, and you could probably definitely confirm this either way, that people are afraid of money, but money is energy. Money is a type of energy that we need to welcome.
Absolutely. Money is nothing other than energy. It is nothing other than the exchange of goods and services. There's nothing evil about it. There's nothing bad about it. You know, it's just a way for us to have more power and to be more influential in the world when we have greater wealth and prosperity on all levels, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual.
Yes, absolutely. Could you give the audience some suggestions on how to be prosperous with the meditation. Some examples of what they could do to bring this into their life.
Exactly. So Prosperity Meditations is a book that contains several things. Guided meditations, first and foremost. Guided meditations. A lot of people complain that they can't meditate. It's difficult to meditate. They've never been good at it. They think they have to blank their mind. They think they have to focus and concentrate. All kinds of erroneous ideas about meditation exist. But guided meditation, which is in this book, guided meditations can help anyone to meditate just by following the instructions. It doesn't take rocket science. You don't have to have any specific skills or any great prowess or powers. When you simply follow the instructions step by step, which guide you into meditation, and those instructions are on the pages of the book, what I suggest is that you read those instructions, those guided meditations, onto a device, and then sit really comfortably, get into a comfy position, and then turn on the playback and listen to the guided meditation. Close your eyes, listen to the guided meditation, and that will guide you into meditation through your own voice. Your own voice will guide you into the meditation. So that's what I suggest that you do with the guided meditations. But in the book, there are also several other methods and exercises and so on. And some of these are affirmations, for example, which are simply positive statements that will change your attitude instantly and will put you in a more positive frame of mind instantly. And then also there are mantras. There are actually traditional mantras from India, Sanskrit mantras, and various prayers are in there. It has chock full of things to do to help you to become more prosperous. It also teaches you about vision boards, vision scrapbooks, goal setting, making goals and fulfilling them. So there's just so many things you can do to increase your abundance in all areas of your life, whether that be relationships, health, whether that be world issues, world peace, whether that be money, career. All kinds of areas of life are included in the book.
I think it's fantastic, and I want to share something with the audience, if you don't mind, from one of your chapters.
Please.
This chapter,
absolutely.
I have such trouble talking sometimes. Prosperous. Am I saying that right? I have trouble talking sometimes. I have a migraine. Mental health, chapter 12. Folks, if you get this book, I mean, really, this chapter, I just want to read a few verses. Is that okay, Susan?
Please, read
affirmation.
Whatever you like to read. Sounds great.
I am happy and fulfilled. I give gratitude and thanksgiving for all the blessings I receive daily. I always see the bright side of life. I see miracles in every moment. I see the best in everything and everyone. I see the universe as a and I can't talk, benevolent place. I am safe and secure. I always look for positive solutions. My mind is an infinite wellspring of creativity. The answer to everything is within me. I am at peace. Thank you, God, and so it is. Before that, I should have read that. My life is filled with light. My life is filled with joy. I am a radiant light being. I mean, who doesn't need to read this, right? Everyone needs to read that. When I looked at this book, I'm like, I think I zoomed to that. That one, and there's just forgiveness affirmation. We need to forgive ourselves, and about spiritual health. I mean, it's cleansing. You have so much, a wealth of information, affirmations to help people that I'm just about relationships. I mean, this is a phenomenal first book to have in the new year, to start the new year off with. I really,
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I really do. As you can tell, I get very excited. I'm very excited about this book, and I just think that people should try it. What do you have to say to people that think, no, I don't believe in meditation. I'm a Christian. I'm Jewish. How does this apply to me? What would you say to that, or whatever they believe, Muslim or Buddhist, whatever their faith is?
Yeah. Well, what does meditation have to do with a particular religion? Nothing. Meditation is simply allowing the mind to settle down to a place of peacefulness and for the body to become more relaxed. So meditation is about getting into a state of deep relaxation and increasing your health and well-being on all levels and becoming more centered, becoming more yourself, becoming who you really are without artifices, and realizing your true nature. It is not religious practice, although there are some prayers in the book of various types from various backgrounds, like Jewish prayers, Buddhist prayers, Christian prayers. There are some different prayers in the book, but read the book and use the prayers and affirmations and the meditations that you like and forget about the rest of them. If you don't want to say a Jewish prayer, then don't say it.
Right.
Get over that one.
Yeah, that's true.
Really,
the reason why...
How uptight do we have to be about this stuff,
Right, exactly.
Take what you like
the reason,
and leave the rest.
Yeah, that's why I had asked, because sometimes people are very skeptical about, well, I'm this faith, I'm that faith, we're not supposed to meditate, or we're not supposed to do this, we're not supposed to do that, we're not supposed to like money, blah, blah, blah. But you know what?
Well, you know what I say to people like that? I really feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say. I don't really usually speak so candidly on my interviews, but I just am in the mood today to say I'm really sorry that you feel that way. It's too bad. You're missing out on so much of life.
Yeah, you know what, Susan, I love it, because here on Chatting with Betsy, we have real conversations, unscripted, and we speak the raw truth. That's how it is on my show. And I just think that, I know from hearing different people, I was told, you don't, do this, or you're not supposed to like money. But you know what? Yes, they say money is the root of all evil. It's if you use it in an evil way. See, there's a difference. When you use money, which is an exchange of energy to help yourself, to help other people with it, that's not evil. If you do dishonest things to get it, then it could be evil. It's how your mindset and what you think and what you use it for and how you use it. That's how I feel.
Well, it's very true. Yeah. I mean, this idea that money is bad, well, it's not the truth. Money is just, as we say, an exchange of energy. So when you welcome money, and by the way, anyone who is a benevolent person, someone who is spiritual, someone who wants to do good, wouldn't that person have more ability and power to do good if they had more resources at their command? So people who are spiritual should be welcoming money into their life rather than pushing it away, because money goes where it's welcomed and it will stay where it's invited. So let money into your life, and then you'll have more effectiveness in the dreams and visions and goals that you want to accomplish, which are for the benefit of humanity.
Absolutely. I feel this way, Susan. I feel if everyone read your book and took the wisdom that you offer in this book, the affirmations, I think we'd have a much peaceful world. I know we would. We would love each other.
Oh, absolutely.
We would help each other. You could tell we are from the age of the hippies, you know, but love and peace, it's not a generational thing that should only be in one generation, not the next. We need to love up on our neighbors. We need to show the love. We need to welcome good energy and good vibrations so we can pass that along to other people. You know what you attract. You know, what energy you have is what you're going to attract. So raise your vibration. Mm-hmm. Yes, raise your vibration. And I'm sure might agree with me that if someone has low self-esteem and is negative, they're going to attract negative people and negative energy.
That's right. Because Buddha once said in the very first verse of the first chapter of the Dhammapada, which is the most important scripture of Buddhism, Buddha said, all that we are is the result of what we have thought. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. And he goes on to say in that verse, if a person speaks or acts with a pure thought, then happiness follows him or her. If a person speaks or acts with an impure thought, then unhappiness follows him or her. And Jesus said something very similar, which is, he said, we are not defiled by what we put into our mouths. We are defiled by what comes out of our mouths. So both of these ancient wisdom teachers and divine beings have said that we are creating our own destiny and our own reality moment by moment, day by day, through every thought, every word, and every deed. We are the creators of our destiny. We are the captains of our ship already. We don't have to become the captains. We are already the captains. In fact, we have created everything that has ever happened to us. Nothing actually ever happens to us. We only happen to ourselves. So it's like we're, on a stage and we're the performer, we're the actor, but we're also the director, the producer. In fact, we've written the script as well. We've written the script for our life, and we are following that which we have created in our minds. We have free will. That's our God-given ability, is that we were given free will to choose, to make choices and decisions about our every step, our every move, our every thought, our every word, our every deed. Now, we might not have that much control over the thoughts that are drifting through our minds, but we definitely have a lot of control over what we say and what we do. Especially, so for example, if we go around saying, oh, I'm so unhappy, I'm so poor, I'm so miserable, I'm so sick, if we complain like that and use the precious words I am in a thoughtless way, then we will manifest that which we have said by using invoking the mighty I am presence by saying the words I am. If you're going to invoke the mighty I am presence by saying I am, then it's a good idea that whatever you say after you say those words is something that you want to own, that you want to attract into your life. So it's best to say, I am joyous, I am prosperous, I am fulfilled, I am happy, I am filled with light, I'm filled with love, I'm filled with power, I'm filled with energy. Just feel the vibration, the change in vibration when I said those positive statements rather than those negative statements. It completely lifts our vibration, and it immediately changes us. So, that's why, for example, I have a book called Instant Healing that's filled with affirmations like that, and because it's instant, it does work immediately when you speak a positive statement.
That's so true, Susan, and I'm going to share with you in the audience my own life. It's definitely true. I was the most negative person you could ever meet, and I started doing positive affirmations, and I felt better about myself, and guess what? I attracted positive people. in my life. I don't want negative people in my life anymore. I don't want to be around toxic people anymore.
Right.
And, you know, when someone starts saying the positive affirmations and you feel much better about yourself, yes, there will be people who will shift away from you because you're growing and they're not. They're staying stagnant because they're choosing to be stagnant. And you can't let people drag you down. You have to keep improving on yourself, and it's an everyday process. It is for me anyway, that I have to do affirmations every day to remind myself that I am, you know, worthy of things, and that I am good enough. Because, you know, when you're brought up, and some people are brought up in an abusive emotional environment, they're told a story by other people and they believe it, and then you have to flip your beliefs around. Is it easy to flip it? No, it's not, but you could do it. You can do it. I did it. If I could do it, you can do it. And I just,
that's great.
You know, and I'm really thankful for people like you, Susan, who are writing these books and teaching people that they can change. They can change through meditation. They can change through affirmations. And I just really love this book. And when I love something, I'm very passionate. I'm very passionate about it.
Awesome.
I just had a page. You know, even attracting a partner, you want to think about what you want to attract, not what you don't want to attract.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, do you have any suggestions for that, Susan, from your book, Attracting a Partner?
Well, yeah. I mean, I have some really powerful affirmations and meditations where you visualize what it is you want to attract into your life, and also speaking some affirmations that will help you to attract a perfect mate for you. Also, you could do, for example, a vision board or vision scrapbook. I'll tell you a little story about what happened to me. And that was, I was making a vision scrapbook. And a vision scrapbook means what you do is you cut out pictures from magazines, or you can download from the internet and cut those out, pictures of things you want to attract in your life. And in the case of attracting your perfect mate and companion, you could just cut out a picture of someone you're attracted to, some picture from a magazine or, you know, whatever. So I actually went through the GQ magazine and I found a picture of a guy that I thought was attractive. And I pasted it onto my relationship page in my vision scrapbook, okay? So I put it on the page, and I also put a picture of my higher power, something that represents my higher power, up on the top of the page. And I then drew some rays coming from the higher power onto the picture of the guy. And I wrote some affirmations on the page, or I think I probably cut some out from the magazine, some words and phrases from a magazine. Or you can also do that by printing out from on your computer certain phrases and words. Or you can just write them on the page. So I had these affirmations on the page and the picture and so on. And I was looking through the scrapbook every day. I would look through the scrapbook and I would say the affirmations and look at the pictures. And that was really all I did. And different pages, as I said, were about different subjects. Like there was maybe a page about home, a page about health, a page about money, a page about career, whatever things you want to attract in your life, you can put into this, what I call a vision scrapbook. So after I was looking at this vision scrapbook on a daily basis for a while, I packed it away, moved, went somewhere else, and didn't really forgot about it, really. And then a few years later, I was going through my things, and I opened up this box that had the vision scrapbook in it, And I looked at the scrapbook, and I was completely gobsmacked because the picture on the page of the relationship page, the picture of the GQ guy, he looked exactly like this guy that I had dated for a year or so after I had made that scrapbook.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've heard of vision boards. I never heard of vision scrapbook, so that is interesting, cutting pictures out of what you would like to have and achieve, picture of your higher power, and just meditate on it. That sounds like a very easy thing to do for people.
It is, yeah. You can make a vision board, which would be on cardboard, where you can put all kinds of things on your vision board, whatever things you feel like you'd like to manifest in your life. Or this scrapbook idea is good because you can cover a lot of different topics in a scrapbook. There's a lot of pages in it, so that you can, any number of pages, you can create.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. I also like your forgiveness healing chant. You know, I know that I myself sometimes had trouble forgiving people who have done me wrong. And I had to understand this for myself. It took me a long, long time to understand this. Me harboring a resentment and hostility towards someone that wronged me wasn't hurting them. It was hurting me. And I was keeping that negative energy in, and I learned to release it, to let go of that. We had to let go of the crap in our lives, people. I could tell you that. And I just think that this is just a great chant. Can I read some of it, Susan?
Absolutely. Please do.
Spirit in me is my forgiving and releasing power. Spirit in, you can say the person's name, in his, her forgiving and releasing power. Spirit in me is my forgiving and releasing power. Spirit in, you say the person's name, in his, her forgiving and releasing power. Spirit in me forgives and frees, and you say the person's name. Spirit in, you say the person's name, forgives and frees me. And that's just an example, people, of the wonderful chants and meditations in this book. And I really want to urge everyone to purchase this. Where can they buy this book, Susan?
Anywhere that you buy books. It's called Prosperity Meditations. I recommend you buy it from your local bookstore because we should support local businesses. However, You can buy it anywhere the books are sold. Prosperity Meditations. That's plural on the meditations.
Prosperity Meditations. And it is also available on Amazon.com for those who don't want to go to a store these days. But check your local bookstores. I know Barnes & Noble, if something's not there, they will order it for you. At least where I live, they do. They will be more than happy to order it for you. And I just thank you so much for coming on Chanting with Betsy and writing this book to help other people. It's just like a ray of sunshine. I just get overexcited, but I thought this was excellent to start the new year with. And how do people get in touch with you, Susan, if they want to reach out to you?
Yes, I have a website, drsusan.org, drsusan.org, and also another website, Divine Travels. That's plural on the travels, DIVINETRAVELS.com. So drsusan.org and divinetravels.com.
Yes, and I have been on both websites, and they offer a lot of information. More books that Susan Shumsky wrote. You have courses, if I remember correctly. Do you still have those available?
So many things. Yeah, for example, I'm teaching some workshops at the East West Bookstore on Zoom, and also the new Renaissance bookstore on Zoom. Right now things are on Zoom, so that's
right.
what I'm doing.
So I want to encourage everyone to read the blog, because the information on how to reach Susan Shumsky will be in the blog. And Jeannie White, who's station manager, works very hard on the blog. Thank you, Jeannie. Thank you for producing the show, and thank you for writing the blog. Thank you, Susan Shumsky, for coming on today. And when you write another book, I hope you will be back. The name of the book, folks, is Prosperity Meditations, Everyday Practices to Create an Abundant Life. And check out that book.
Thanks, Betsy, for inviting me.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Folks, if you missed any of this podcast, you can catch it on your favorite podcast outlet. It is free to subscribe to Chatting with Betsy and share this podcast to help other people. This is why I have this podcast, is to help people. It's my way of paying it forward. And I want to thank Lillian Caldwell, CEO of Passionate World Talk Radio Network, who gives people an opportunity to be heard, and so ever grateful. And please subscribe. Go on any of these podcast outlets. Please do a review and appreciate 5 stars so this show can get even more notice, because I believe that my show offers many resources to help people, and that's what I am about, is helping other people. And we all should be about helping other people, but this is my way of paying it forward, and it's also my way of honoring my husband, Matt Sloan, his life. Because if I didn't get in my car to do videos to raise awareness, I never would have met Jeannie White. So I'm thankful to Jeannie White for discovering me. And I want to thank everyone for listening, subscribing, downloading. I appreciate your support. And until we chat again, this is Betsy Wurzel, your host of Chatting with Betsy on Passionate World Talk Radio Network. Bye-bye, everybody.
Are you looking for an internet talk radio station for your podcast? Look no further. At the helm of Passionate World Talk Radio are 2 women that want to provide a spot for you and your podcast to be heard. There are many other places for your podcast, but PWTR has the audience. You will not be disappointed. Our station has been on the internet for the past 16 years. Call us for more information. 484-364-1032 or text Jeannie White, station manager, at THECONNECTSHOW@gmail.com for podcast show details. Thank you for listening to Passionate World Talk Radio. You can listen to this program all over again by going over to https://passionateworldtalkradio.com. You can also hear it on Spotify, Spreaker, Amazon Alexa, AMFM247.com every Tuesday evening between 8 and 9 p.m. YouTube, Facebook, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, and all the other podcast directories one can find on the internet.